Alright, what's going on guys? My name is John Ferrara, the Narwhal, and I'm a videographer, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys 10 ways on how to shoot and edit a music video on a $0 budget, because cameras are expensive and camera equipment is a ripoff. And I'm going to assume that if you're watching this, you're like me and you want to make videos, but you don't feel like you have the budget to make videos or certain types of videos. But today I'm going to show you guys how you can make awesome videos with literally just a camera. Okay, so the first 6 tips that I have are practical tips, things that you can use while you're shooting with the music artist, like out in the field. And then the last 4 are editing tips and things to help you make it look better in post-production. So let's start with the first 6, because these are almost the most important, because you can only edit things and make things look differently once you've actually shot it. So if it looks garbage when you shot it, you can't fix it later, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna teach you guys how to make it look nice right now. So the first tip I can give you guys is just to get really creative with it and be a little ballsy. And that might sound obvious, but with a $0 budget, you have to put even more effort into like planning it and the locations, and you can't do certain complex shots that you would be able to do if you had gimbals or a whole crew helping you. So you really have to take it up to another level of creativity. All right, so the second tip I have is on a $0 budget with just a camera, it's really important to pick a song that fits your abilities and fits the style of the video. So let's say you want to choose a really slow song that's super majestic and peaceful. You probably want to wait to do something like that until you have equipment that will fit that mood. But if you just have a camera, I would recommend starting out with a song that's more jumpy and bouncy or fast paced, because that's easier to film just handheld with a camera and that fits the mood of the song. All right, so the next tip I have is an absolute lifesaver, and that is a camera strap. Use the camera strap that comes with the camera. It sounds so basic, but it is mind-blowing how much of a difference it makes. I never take my camera strap off my camera because I use it for everything. I have shot entire videos that looks like they've been shot on a Ronin just by using my camera strap. And there's a little bit of tweaking that goes on in post-production with a camera strap because you can't get it perfect, but the idea with the camera strap is you put it around your neck and then you can push out the camera. I mean, I wish I could show you guys, but I only have one camera and I'm on a low budget, so I'm filming with that camera. But you put it around your neck and you like use the tension and the resistance from the camera strap to the camera. That tension makes it a lot more steady than if you're just holding the camera like with your hands. It's kind of like if you're filming a Snapchat video on your phone, it's gonna be a lot more shaky if you're just like filming it with your hand than if you pin the camera against something or against a wall or something. It's gonna be perfectly smooth because there's no movement that even can take place if it wanted to. So what the camera strap does is it puts tension there that eliminates a ton of the little minor shakiness that your hands would create that you don't even realize you're doing. Okay, the next tip that I have is huge as well, and that is take advantage of natural lighting. When you first get a camera and you're not really in the film industry, you don't really think of lighting. It doesn't really cross your mind because you're just like, oh, I have a camera, I go shoot something. And lighting actually is really important. And all these videos I've done, we just use practical lighting. We'll use the natural light or we'll use lights in the house, and you just really have to get creative with it because it does make a difference. And if the song is more depressing and sad and slower, you're gonna want probably less light or a different tone of light, bluer in the shadows, and some of that stuff you can do in post-production when you're editing, when you color grade it, but it's important to try and get the best lighting situation you can when filming, and that's often pretty hard sometimes. All right, the next thing is get multiple camera angles or different takes of the same shot at the same location, because if it's just you and your one camera, you want to have enough coverage to edit in the video, because oftentimes you think you have enough and then you're done filming and then you go and edit and you're like, shit, I don't nearly have enough footage. So always get more than enough footage. It looks really cool because I can cut from one take to the other take and you can tell they're at the same location, but it's also like a different angle or a different focal length. All right, the last practical tip that I have for you guys to utilize when you're out in the field filming in the real world is to utilize public places like colleges or parks or hikes, waterfalls, like in this Ivan B video. I keep going back to that because that was the most recent video that I filmed. That waterfall was a perfect mood and a perfect location for that type of song. And then another video that I shot for an artist named Call Me Charisma or Charisma. And we filmed the entire video, or almost the entire video, at the University of Washington campus. Like, we just literally went around the public campus as there were students there, like on a school day, filmed the entire thing start to finish at that campus. So, okay, so here we are in the timeline of the video. I made everything a little bit smaller so you guys can see how many layers there are. And I'm not gonna lie, making a music video is a bit confusing. It's not really always the easiest thing. Up top here, all these video files, it might look confusing, but essentially all it is just the different takes at different locations stacked on top of each other. So when I get into the editing program, I throw every single take we did of the song on top of each other. I have all of them, and then I go through, I sync every single one up with the song, and then I go through and cut out the pieces I don't like, and then I mix and match. Okay, so with all of that being said, that's the general idea. Usually my video tracks are not this skinny. Usually I have them fatter like this so I can see this little preview right here. Okay, with all that being said, let's dive into the last 4 tips that I have for you guys. So tip number 7 is relating to the editing program itself. I use Adobe Premiere for most of the stuff. I also have After Effects down here. The thing is, these are kind of expensive programs and you gotta pay a monthly subscription fee. And I don't recommend anyone to somehow find a way to not pay for these programs and somehow get them for free. But you gotta do what you gotta do. So, I mean, okay, the next tip is tip number 8, warp stabilizer. If you guys don't know what warp stabilizer means, you're gonna learn right now and you're gonna be very happy that I told you, because warp stabilizer is amazing, but only if it's used right. So I'll show you guys right here. In this clip, every single clip in this whole video where he's in a bed, I put warp stabilizer on it because it makes a big difference. So basically, what warp stabilizer does is anytime there is shakiness in the footage, you can add warp stabilizer to it and it crops in the video a little bit, so it'll zoom in a little bit, but then the computer like compensates for that shaking and it knows how to keep it steady, basically. That's the very general way to describe it. So the thing is, you can't use warp stabilizer on a clip that is just absolutely garbage. Like if you're just throwing the camera all over the place or it's way too shaky, it is not going to work. So I already have it on this clip, and as you can see, it's right here. If you look up over here, when you toggle it on, it crops in a little bit, and when you toggle it off, that's the raw clip. So that's what it originally looked like. All right, so I rendered out this clip so it'll play smoothly. So just to show you guys the difference, this is the raw video clip. Okay, so you guys see that? If you can tell, there's a little bit of jittering in the corners. Obviously, if you're focused on his face, it might not make a big difference, but if I play it again, you can see it's pretty shaky in the corners of it. Okay, so now you play it with warp stabilizer. And you guys can probably already notice the difference. It is very smooth now. So if you try it first and it doesn't look good, I would bring this down to 25% or 10%, something a lot less. And also, sometimes you want to switch it to position, scale, and rotation instead of subspace warp. All right, so the 9th tip that I have for you guys is syncing the audio in the video with the audio of the song, because obviously you want his mouth to go along with the words in the song. And there is a way in Adobe Premiere to auto sync them. It's not always perfect. I've tried it before. Yes, it would save you a lot of time using that method, and if you want to use that method to have Adobe Premiere like auto sync them for you, look up a different tutorial because I don't do it that way. Maybe I'm dumb. So originally, this entire clip was extended. So like, if this was extended the entire duration of the song from start to finish, I would honestly just play through it, and like you can expand this audio track so it's a lot bigger so you can see the waves, and then you just sync up the waves in his voice in your recording with the waves in the original song, and you honestly just play through it and try and sync them up. Like there's no special trick to it. I just listen for it, and that's it. That's the whole trick. I mean, it's not even a trick. You just All right, the 10th and final tip that I have for you guys, color grade using LUTs. And the coolest thing about LUTs is you can use free LUTs. So normally you'll be in the editing mode, but when you want to color grade, I usually color grade at the end. You go to color, and then this is the clip. Most people don't color grade directly on the clip. Most people use what's called an adjustment layer. It's smarter to do it that way. It is. I recommend you do that, but I'm dumb and I don't do that. This is what it looked like originally out of camera. This is what it looked like. It's more orange, like more actual skin tones, but then if I turn on the LUT, you can see it turns a lot more blue. So orangey, more blue, and that was done intentionally. So the main coloring for this clip and for some of this song is strictly in the shadows, midtones, and highlights. So the shadows are a lot more blue. If you make it really extreme, like obviously that's what it does. That's the shadows. I don't want it that extreme. This is what the midtones does. So as you can see, it makes it a lot more orange, and skin tones are in the midtones generally. So that's why you want to, like, if you want your skin tones to be more orange, you want the midtones to be more orange. And then the highlights, obviously you're messing with the highlights and it's going to make it more blue, or I can make it green, like whatever. So that's how I graded this clip. Very basic, very quick. But the thing is, a lot of these clips I actually used a LUT, and here I can cycle through the LUTs that are already in Adobe Premiere, like they come pre-installed. These are really nice. I use these LUTs all the time. I still use them all the time. And I strictly use these LUTs for like years. And so you click on that and it's like, these are really cool LUTs. They offer a lot of like wide variety of stuff and they fit a lot of different moods. I also, if I go to browse, I also somewhere here, this folder is called Free LUTs by J.R. Alley, and J.R. Alley is a insane videographer, and he offered up his own LUTs that he uses all the time. So these are awesome to use. He also offers the M31 LUT, which is the stereotypical like travel LUT, where it's like, if you're ever in a tropical place, I recommend using this LUT because it just naturally looks good. I mean, you don't have to, but. So with that being said, I've been recording for like 40 minutes for some reason. So I'm gonna cut this down. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it very insightful and informative and very helpful, because I know that I struggled making music videos when I started out, and it's tough with just a camera, but you can do it. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed it. It helps me out way more than you think, just dropping a like so more people can see these tips. And subscribe if you guys are new, because I post films, I post vlogs, I post everything really on here, and I really want to get more into tutorial content because people want it, people like it, and I love helping you guys. So leave a comment down below. Anyways, have a good one, guys. Have a great day. Peace out.